Hey everyone, how you doing? Just before I get started, just want to say to anyone watching on the replay or the playback, there will be a special challenge for you somewhere in this video. You're not gonna know where it is, so you gotta look for that part. But all right, I'm just getting started. Nobody likes to watch a replay where someone sits there for 20 minutes waiting for people to come in. So I'm getting started with who's in here, who's the best people in here. It looks like I got Mark Cottrell in here, struggling beekeeper. What's up, Mark? Roddy Middleton, how you doing? Um, we got Swarmstead in here. Got Eric Pramchan, Jagdale, Betty Hindson. And that's pretty much it for right now. Um, let's see. Today, I was the responsible person today. I made a list of stuff to talk about, but I also posed the question to the treatment free Facebook group if anybody had any topics they wanted to talk about. So some of those people might be trickling in. I'm doing this live a little later, actually, much later than I usually do, just because I don't know, maybe there's more people home later at night and over on the West Coast. So just try it out. It's no big deal. I don't really want to be pinned down to a specific time all the time. Um, Maybe once things pick up. But okay, today it was about 62 or 63 degrees, just blazing sun out there. Had bees flying. Oh yeah, bees flying everywhere. Um, First, I got to address the missing caterpillar in the room. Yeah, I don't know. I forgot all about it. Um, you know, I don't know what happened to it. It fell off. It was so hot. Had to get rid of it. Ah, hey Tina Ladybug, how you doing? So yeah, it was really hot today. Really nice. Um, there's Nick. What's up, Nick Folan? Um, is that a bee on my probably what on my shirt? Yeah, I got a bee on my shirt. Bee on the shirt. I don't know. There might be a bee in my room. I don't know. I have my door open. What's up, NKY honeybees? Oh, my chin. Nah, I did have one earlier. I got stung. I got stung 3 times today just walking around the yard for no reason. I wasn't even near the bees. They just started lighting me up everywhere. But what the heck was I talking about? Oh, the shirt. The shirt is very nice. I like this style. I can't. I'm not good enough for premium. Um, no, I like it. It's it feels like the decal is stuck on there nice and tight. So that's good. Let me see. So I filmed some of my bees today earlier, but I was too busy to edit it and make a cool video. So I'll probably do that in the morning of a bunch of my colonies that survived. Um, and I was looking through some that didn't. How you doing, Lazy C Homestead? What's up? Um, Checked a couple hives when you got home from work. Yep. Oh, we were all checking them. This kind of way. Oh, and I had a really. I mean, it's not a big deal if I spoil it, but I had a colony that I swear did not come out for months on any of the warm ups. I would have bet everything that I have that they were dead for a long time. And today they just came busting out. When I looked down there, I thought it looked like a colony that was swarming, but yeah, they just decided they're not coming out till it was above 60, and they came out big time. So I was pretty stoked about that. Um, Let me just see you guys, everybody talking to each other in here. Hey, Living Simple Homestead and Outdoors, how you doing? Ed Sharp, what's up? He worked from home today. Um, you didn't miss anything yet. I'm just getting started up, getting warmed up. Just trying this late night. Look at my eyes. Look at these things. That's how tired I get. Like right past 8:30. Um, yeah, Swarm King don't stay up late. But I did. I'm Mr. Responsible today. I made a little list of stuff to try to talk about, unless people throw stuff in to talk about. I'll just hit a couple of these things. I did want to talk about my yard update. Um, my update is just that everything's doing. Not everything is alive, but I'm loving it. I'm really happy about the bees that made it through. I called around to all the places where I have bees at, and they said the bees are flying. So that's great. Any bees that the further they are away from me, the better they did. That's just the truth. My tree trunk bees are doing great. Um, you guys already know that if you've been following me. I'm always filming the tree trunk bees. So a couple little subjects I had to talk about. Some bee news. Mostly, I know everybody in here so far. Nobody really new in here except for Eric and Living Simple Homestead and Outdoors. I don't. They may have been in here before. I don't remember. But I'm primarily this channel is mostly just me mess around with bees and a little bit showing some of my chickens and just some goofing off. So, but oh yeah, you like this hat? What's up, Uncle Hoss? But today, most of the things I had to talk about were about bees, but we can talk about anything really, depending on who's in here. If it's a bunch of bee people, they don't want to hear about chickens. um, and if it's just a bunch of normal people, they don't really want to hear that much about bees. But that's cool. Um, so thinking about the dead colonies that I have, some of my friends have messaged me, and also I've seen some posts on the Facebooks of treatment free beekeepers who had some dead colonies, and it seemed as though they they wanted to say there was a lot of honey, but I know it wasn't mites that killed them. And I was telling one of my buddies today, don't be ashamed. If you're a treatment free beekeeper, which if you don't know that, that's what I do. Um, you shouldn't be ashamed of some bees that can't deal with mites. So I was telling my buddy, hey, I think he had 30, I think he had, and four died out of 30. That's a really good good survival, way better than my rate, this winter. So I was saying, hey, dude, don't worry about that. That's good. You don't if they didn't die from mites, then that means you probably screwed something up. So just say it was mites, and don't be ashamed of that. Um, if if you treat your bees and they die of mites, I don't know what to tell you. But if you don't, that's what we do. Okay, we do that. I do that. So don't be ashamed of it. If you get in there and they're just bone dry, then they may have starved. Or if it's just a tiny cluster and you can't find a queen anywhere in there, that could be something else. But if it's a full stack of dead bees in there, honey, you find a queen in there, just it's mites. Don't worry about it. Let me see what everybody's talking about here real quick. I'm excited to let me see Nick phone. Oh man, I missed something. Something about church. I don't know. Um, chickens, yeah, I got chickens. I love chickens. I love chickens because they're just to me they're so much like bees. At least here they are. I let them loose. They go out get their own food. Most for the most part, they come back and they make something cool for me to eat. So I love chickens that way. Um, Skateboarding, I'm definitely getting getting be doing some more skateboarding once it gets warmed up. Taylor Fritz in the house. Yeah, backyard chickens. I love chickens, but I'm definitely not a person that knows a lot about them. I'm just learning from them, and we have a nice coop. Our chickens do really well, so I don't know that much about them. No, we're very lucky. Haven't had any get eaten by anything. Had one disappear for a week, and then we found it. By we, I mean not me. I didn't find it. Yeah, we talk about whatever. Kristen's not normal. Let me see. Let's see. NKY is going treatment free, and I lost 3 out of 4. So I'm not sure if that means you lost them from even though you treated, and now you want to go treatment free, or I don't even really like saying go treatment free. It's just you're gonna keep bees and select for survivors. Really, that's all. It doesn't matter about treatments or not. You're selecting for survivors. That's what I do. Chickens are like cable for hillbillies. They are interesting. They always seem like they got something to do somewhere. They are weird. Let me see. What about the super secret? Oh God. Yeah, I got to talk to them again because I was just thinking about that. Um, I thought I would have that already. I mean, I'm just being transparent here. Yeah, I thought I would have that already. So, but the other thing is, I'm not gonna call and like be like, "Where's my thing at?" I'm not bugging somebody about it. If they're serious about it, they can get in touch with me. If not, it doesn't matter. It'd be cool if I got it, but Storm King ain't chasing nobody around for no stuff. Um, how many hives do I have? How many? I have a lot of hive equipment. I got hundreds of boxes. Um, but colonies, I don't. I meant to count just so not because I wanted to report it to anybody, but I wanted to count so that I would know how many nukes I can make because I do have a uncomfortable number of nuke orders for people, but I'm gonna fill them all easily, and then plus I don't want to keep 100 colonies again. I want to keep 30 or 40 this year, so I'll be selling a lot of bees. I don't know the exact number that I have. Probably 40 something, but that's not counting the ones that I have placed with other people, so I don't really know how many. That's just the ones that I have in control of. Um, Uncle Hoss's TFs are 13 out of 18. I mean, I don't, I don't want to beat that dead horse again about percentages and fractions. And I don't like to focus on just that period between October and March because that's the only part anybody wants to know about October and March. Like, how did your bees do during the worst time of the whole year? That's all I want to know. I don't care about how many you split them into. I don't care that you increase your numbers every single year. They just want to know how many died. So I try not to entertain people with that. I'm buried in bees every year. Um, and most of the people in here are that I know. Like, look at here. Craig's in here. Craig be killing it out there. What's up, man? Um, yeah, I'm seeing some life out there. Didn't treat my first year, lost 3, but the one that made it is bumming. Yeah, but this was your first year. I mean, I follow your channel, so I know. I'm pretty sure it's your first year. You probably started with some commercial bees. I know you didn't catch swarms or set swarm traps, so I wouldn't expect much from those. So you're lucky you got one. That's cool. I mean, just catch some swarms. I wouldn't just split one colony to death. I mean, you can or you can let it swarm. That's just me. I'm not gonna try to recoup a whole yard off of one colony. I go get some swarms. I give you all the ins and outs of getting a ton of freebies if you just go to my playlist called Swarm something or other. Um, let me see. I'm gonna keep. I just going through the conversation here before I get back to my Beautiful handwriting here. Get back to my list. I looked toothless when I did that. All right, let's see. Craig's in the house. Kristen's in the house. Chickens. Oh, 18 B's in here. Duncan, what's up? What's he talking about? Evening all shopping at Fred Meyer with my woman. All right, you tuning into the Swarm Kingstead. There we go. He's out there messing with those tree bees too. Um, yeah, Uncle Hoss would like 100. It's cool. You could do it, but it's a lot for one person. Maybe not. I mean, for me, it is. Let's see. I'm almost at the bottom. Mark Cottrell loves catching swarms. He mostly, from what I know, he mostly set swarm traps and did pretty well. Um, okay, so cool. Everybody's doing good. Yeah, the percentage. I don't know. I don't know the exact percentage. I don't know that I even the exact number that I had going into winter. I know I had 80 when the inspector was here, um, but that was not very late in the season. I still had some take off, some go queenless, some combinations, some sales. I really don't know what I had. Swarm Balls 2021. Hold on a second. Where is it? Oh, boom, right there. Swarm Boss 2021. All right, so let me see what else I have here. Okay, the only question, actually, I got two questions in Messenger from people from Facebook. One of them was, how do I think that the cicada, whatever you call it, emergence this year is going? Will that affect honeybees at all? And I was so excited when I saw that message because I was like, the cicadas are coming. I love those things. And by I love them, I mean, I love those things. They're cool. But I wish I had a really cool answer about how they have an intricate relationship with each other and they affect each other. But truthfully, I don't think either of them could care less about the other one. I don't think cicadas have anything to do with honeybees or the bees have anything to do with them. I really just don't think so. They are like a giant aphid, so they could, their excrement could be desired by bees, just like the way the spotted lantern flies are, or aphids. But with what I know about cicadas, having just always been intrigued by them and catching them and making recipes with them, they don't really group up the way aphids do, like in a big group and excrete a whole bunch of what would you call it, honeydew, the way that aphids and the spotted lantern fly and all those bugs do. They kind of just randomly fly all over the place. So I don't think bees are ever gonna find a nice big puddle of that to eat. So I don't think that I don't think anything. I don't think they're gonna have anything to do with each other. But I thank that person for reminding me that cicadas are coming. I'm excited. I'm gonna put like 100 of them on a nice big long skewer and spin them over fire, put some hot sauce on them, and eat them up because they're good. So let's see. Adrian says, "Yeah, the cicadas lay eggs in the tree bark. Yeah, and they like fruit trees. That could be an issue, yeah, for I guess fruit tree farmers. Um, I don't know. They only come around every, depending on which group they are. Um, not that often, and for a very short time. Some they could definitely hurt some trees, but they're native. I don't know. I love them. Um, Yeah, I'm gonna be selling them bees. I'm just let me get rid of this banner for a little bit. It's driving me nuts. Um, yeah, why not? Just sell them. Um, I'm gonna really try to make sure that all the bees that I give to people are um, have queens from my bees, like the best ones that I have. Yeah, fruit trees. Fruit trees are a good source for bees, um, or a huge source. Just not for everybody. I mean, I'm not. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's if you're in a place where there's a lot of orchards and stuff. Um, but out here, I've never seen. I mean, I got a ton of apple trees right next door. I've never seen too much damage on them. They're old, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe if someone can find a kind of like an immediate thing that would happen between bees and cicadas in 1 year, it'd be interesting. But it's not like high on the list of things that I would worry about. Like, and I don't worry about much. Oh, the other question was about moving a swarm trap that is less than 3 miles from your home yard, which I think I answered that before. But and it's been up for 3 weeks. I would say if it's not that far. Oh yeah, I did answer that. Yeah, you put a fine mesh net around the whole thing at night and just take it home. And if you're worried about the bees going back, the foragers going back, you can leave a nuke in its spot and catch those bees. Um, so yeah, it's really not that hard. Okay, let me just cross these things out because I don't want to. I'll go over them again. My yard update, the cicadas. Um, oh, and moving the swarm trap. My, let me see. Craig's asked me what's my oldest queen. At this point right now, my oldest individual queen is she has a blue dot. I mean, she this will have been her third winter. So she's been alive since 2018, 19, 20, and now 21. So that was a queen I got in 2018 that I cut off the side of a. It was an open air colony in Douglasville that I just cut them off really easy. They only had like 5 combs, and I brought her home, marked her, and man, that thing has just swarmed a bunch of times. I've gotten her every time. Her daughters have swarmed a bunch of times. They made up a good bunch of my yard. The video that I'll edit tomorrow, you'll see one of my bigger colonies is another one of her daughters. It's twice overwintered, but I have a couple that are 2 years old. My most favorite one ever did die last year, some point late summer. That was she overwintered. Was that three? Yeah, same thing, 3 times. So now I just have another queen that's the same age. Um, yeah, 2018 was red. No, I never used the color code because if I catch a swarm, say down the road, I like to use like fluorescent colors, and I don't want to have my queens the same color as everyone's. So yeah, I just get the brightest color. Um, Tim Lotion. Do you think the extremely cold weather some of us have will reduce the population of hive beetles? The ground froze pretty well here in Oklahoma. Man, that's a tough one. What? So you're in Oklahoma? I really don't think anything's gonna do anything to hive beetles. They have very short. It seems like a very short metamorphosis and just reproductive rate. They can just blow up, you know, if they get knocked down. And even if you think about the way selection works, if the cold weather does knock them down really, really far, well, guess what's left? The ones that can deal with that kind of cold weather. So yeah, I don't know. I never really have trouble with. I don't care about beetles in my hives. I'll open the lid and see most of the time not many, but every once in a while there'll be a whole ton of them. But the adult beetles running around under a lid doesn't bother me at all. If I'm seeing, you know, their larvae crawling around, that's a whole different story. But I've never ever had that. I've never seen it um, here at home. I did see it in one swarm trap that I had, um, maybe like 10 miles from here. Penn State did this spraying program to try to kill the spotted lanternfly. So they sprayed over an area where I had two colonies, and within a week they were both dead, and there was a ton of beetles, beetle larvae everywhere, just dripping and running out of everything. So that's the only time I've ever seen that in person. Okay, and then the thing everybody's talking about this, and I normally don't even want to talk about treatments at all here, but I thought it was funny that oxalic acid is now, I don't know if it's legal to use it now during honey, in your honey supers or whatever you do with it. Um, or anyway, there's some big change where it's now approved, or they're just declaring that it's not unsafe to use oxalic acid while you have honey supers on. Now, to me, that changes nothing because I've never used oxalic acid, but that is, I would say, if I was a treating beekeeper and used it, I probably would have assumed it's not really going to hurt you anyway. But it just it's kind of weird news to me. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to do it anyway." Yeah, maybe not right now, but eventually, most people will. Um, what's up, whiskey and sunshine off grid? How you guys doing? Um, dead outs and didn't find one hive beetle. Yeah, I had plenty of dead outs. I didn't even think to look for a hive beetle, but now that you say that, I didn't find one. There wasn't one anywhere. It would have stood out to me. Wait till the labels catch up. Yeah, it's approved to use while honey supers are on. Um, yeah, I was watching a live the other day. I don't want to. They kind of didn't want to now talk about it, so I'm not going to talk about them talking about it. Sorry for saying that. There's a good reason. Um, so let me cross that out. I already talked about that. Um, oh, oh, you're only here for my log update. You should have. I had a couple shorts that had stuff in it. My log's killing it. My log's killing it, and both of my swarm traps that I never touched are both just booming. My nuke that got knocked over in 20-degree weather for at least 2 days overnight. And when I mean knocked over, I mean the lid came off and it was on the ground with the bottom still on the pallet. Just wind blowing right through that thing. They're alive. A single nuke. So that's weird because some of the big, beautiful 4 box hives, they're dead as a doornail. um, okay. And then, as always, let me just put I'm gonna put the link in here. Because in case anyone would want to come in, no, only very few people have ever come in. But one thing I want to do before anyone does come in, if they do come in, is just go over a couple ground rules. Because I saw, I'm not going to say any names, but I saw a very nice live go very badly the other day. Just go really bad. And so if anybody would want to come in, oh, where's my rules at? My rules in here would be we're talking about bees or something loosely related to bees. Never politics, ever. Not even one word. It's just instant boot block. Don't ever bring up politics and or conspiracy theories. No big pharma, no big ag. That won't get you boot blocked. That'll just get me to ask you to please stop talking about that. But yeah, that link's there. Let me see. Ooh, thank you for reminding me when you just by saying this question. When will I add boxes to my nukes? If you're talking about my single nukes, I wouldn't be doing for this beginning part of the season. I'm mostly going to be trying to fill my nuke orders, which I hate even saying that. I sound like such a freaking bee seller. But I'll first be kind of producing bees. So I'm gonna have all really strong nukes, make sure they're all packed with bees and enough honey. And then once they're all gone and I won't be worried about that anymore, I'll still be going to catch my swarms and do cutouts. And I really don't have to answer your question. Like instead of going around in circles, there's not really an exact time. I mean, it's when I think they're ready, when I think they're really ready. And why I was glad you asked that is because an embarrassing number of the dead colonies that I have, um, I cracked them open and took and went into the top box, and it just didn't look good. They were not drawn totally out. The ones that were drawn out had no honey in them whatsoever, even though the bottom box was full of honey. So I made a big time dumb mistake of adding boxes when I should not have. And it was just, I wonder how many of those would have still lived if I had not added boxes, even with drawn comb, because I got to understand this area is terrible for the fall. It's just not like the city where I used to have bees at. In the city, you just keep putting boxes on, they just keep filling them up. But here I got to stop doing that. I doubt I'm ever going to add a box again after like mid July. If they can't have it totally drawn by mid July, I, that's it. That's all. That's the only room they're getting. And I think I was worried last year, like, oh, they might swarm, they might get too. I don't even care. I'm not. I'm not a commercial beekeeper, so if they, I would rather them swarm late than end up with a bunch of empty frames up top. That was stupid. So I'm not doing that. But I'll add them. Every colony here is different. I don't have a uniform um, like way of doing everything. They're all different. Some might never get a box. Some might have two or three. Um, no, I wasn't talking about. I wasn't talking about your life. No, even if the person, even if the person came in here and asked, I'm not going to tell them who it was, but it wasn't the person's fault. They just thought, oh hey, yeah, come on in, and then it just went bad. Well, maybe it didn't go bad for everybody, but it was bad for me. um, my new rules for people buying nukes from me. They're going pretty good. Everybody is. I'm just, the video that I have called "Worst Bee Salesman Ever." Instantly, boom, they get that. They get that message right away. As soon as I get that instant message, they got to watch that video. Some of them are like, "Oh, that's great," and a few of them were like, "Yeah, I'll get back to you," and they didn't. So I'm totally happy with that. I really don't want to take any more orders anyway. So even though I could definitely produce more nukes, I'll sell them as I produce them later. Your area is similar to mine. Yeah. There's I don't I've just never people are putting on boxes in the fall to catch this big goldenrod and aster flow, and then that's going to be the bees winter honey. Well, that's nothing here. There's nothing here. So that it doesn't work. So I got to stop thinking that some miraculous year my bees are going to put away a bunch of goldenrod. They never do. There's none. All they can put away is what I put out is an open feeding. um Let me see. Oh, cool. We're doing good on time. So yeah, then my rules. If somebody ever does want to come on, if I see a little window pop up, I'll just say, just remember, don't say anything about politics or conspiracy theories. And I answered moving the swarm trap. Okay, something else I would like to do. There's not a lot of people in here, but mostly everybody here is cool. Um, I can't watch all the bee videos that are out there, or even my friend. I can't even watch all my friends' videos. It's just too many videos. Especially when they're like 20 minutes each, and people are putting one out every day. Um, and then there's 50 people, so I would literally have to start playing them when I wake up until I go to bed to watch them all. So for bee videos, if any of you guys watch a lot of YouTube, watch a lot of bee videos, it would be cool if I want to do some reactions to videos, whether they're really good or really bad, but just that are specific to treatment free beekeeping. I watch a bunch of channels that are just conventional channels, and they're cool, but I really try to see the ones that are either pro treatment free beekeeping or absolutely. I really want to hear kind of critical ones. Uh, so I probably miss a lot of them because I don't watch a lot of channels that do that. So if you see one that's really just really grinding us up, please forward that to me in an email. Um, my email is in my about section. I want to watch them, and I would like to. I want to see some of these statements because you know how I am. I like to just mix it up. So I'd like to do kind of reactions, maybe a play by play, because a lot of creators or just bee talkers, they kind of say things and just no one reacts to them. No one ever questions it, and I'd like the chance to do that, in a level-headed way. Um, oh, yep, there's that. Who do we got here? 11. Um, oh, let me check really quick. If I have. Oh, I got another question. Okay, I don't know if that was them. All right. The last thing was. Oh, I told the people at the beginning that I was going to have a playback word for anybody who watches the replays of my live stream, since I don't think many people do. They'll come on for a quick second and say, watching the replay or something. Um, so somebody throw me out a good word, a code word, and then this word will have to be typed in the comments for a chance to win, which I didn't decide. Probably just a gift card. Maybe like I'll do like a $50 gift card. How about that? I'm gonna have a secret drawing of all the people who make comments, make playback comments. I had a word earlier and I forgot what the heck it was. Oh, how about if, since nobody will think of one, I think my comments either stopped or everybody fell asleep, and I wouldn't blame them. If you're watching the playback and you type in the comments anything that has to do with the words treatment free beekeeping That'll be good. Yeah, put that in there. I'm gonna automatically put your name in my little very high tech jar, and then after I get, I don't know, maybe of all my videos with these playback secret word comments, if I get maybe 50 or so, then I'll do the drawing. Let me see. I don't know what happens if I click here. Okay, don't. Is this thing still working? Okay, that didn't. Never click on the refresh button because I thought maybe my comments stopped. Whiskey and Sunshine Upgrade loves the bees. Yep, I love them bees too. Um, yeah. So that's probably gonna wrap it up, unless anybody wants to come on and talk or has a bee subject they want to talk about. It's been 41 minutes. Yeah. All right, Kristen's feeding baby goats. Everybody's busy. Maybe 9 o'clock wasn't the best time. All right, so I'm taking off. Thanks everybody for joining me. I'll see you on the next one.